I would say the first thing in a divorce in Michigan is you want to start gathering information. You want to gather financial information. Get tax returns, get brokerage statements, get the things that show where the money is and how much money there is and all that stuff. But that way somebody can't say, oh, that we don't have that, or we don't have this, or you can't find the records for the Fidelity account, but you know it exists. Start gathering the information that's financial. Number one. Number two, meet with an attorney. The attorney is going to give you guidance on what you've gathered and the value of it, what you need to gather, the information that you have. He's also going to tell you a little bit about your goals and objectives vis-a-vis how practical they are. In other words, you can tell your goals and objectives, but what the attorney is going to do is tell you, okay, we can do that. That's no problem. This thing can be done also, but it's got to be done in stages. We have to lay a foundation in order to do that. We should be doing this, and that. We should concentrate on these things. Another thing that you're going to have to do amongst the first steps during the divorce, and your attorney is going to help you with this, you're going to file a complaint for divorce. You're going to file it in the appropriate county where the parties reside, where there's jurisdiction, and that's really the first pleading. When you file that complaint for divorce, it's going to be randomly assigned to a family court judge, and then the judge is going to issue a summons, which is an order to take action, and that summons is going to direct whether in a certain amount of time that complaint has to be served, and with a certain amount of time of receiving that complaint, an answer and perhaps a counterclaim has to be filed. So you're going to have to take that action. You're going to file that complaint, and then you're going to serve those papers on some party. By serve, I mean you got to get them to that person somehow. You got to get them to what will soon be your ex. It could be by certified mail. It could be by a court officer or bailiff. It could be by some means. Ultimately, it might even be by publication, but somehow, some way, we got to get the papers to that person. And then we have to, and this goes back to meeting with your attorney, you have to obtain temporary orders where appropriate. Your attorney may tell you, well, we need an order freezing assets if you're telling me that your ex is spending all the money. We need an order that prevents the sale of the marital home because apparently somebody's trying to sell the house out from under somebody. So we need an order freezing these things. And that is something that you get. So when you talk about these first steps, after you gather your information, you want to meet with your lawyer, discuss what pleadings should be filed, whether or not they're just a complaint or whether it includes temporary orders. You've got to get that stuff filed, and then you've got to serve the other side. And that's really the first steps in getting a divorce in the state of Michigan.
248-588-3333. 248